Asmongold. Let's see what he had to say about his ban. I've talked about like Ethan and shit, but I haven't really talked about Asmongold's situation with the ban. WestJet ban situation just escalated. I'm not particularly excited to watch like a 23-minute Asmongold video. And this WestJet video, nine minutes. That seems perfectly delectable.
Massive day for the unemployed. That's me.
Asmongold's bad situation is getting crazier, and he made a whole ass response, doubling down. Asmongold stands by border force comments.
Doesn't WestJet kind of just like, in terms of his speech patterns, he kind of sounds like a white Pegasus?
Amidst Twitch ban, Twitch hit his Zachrar channel with a 2-week ban and prompting backlash from Destiny and calls for permanence, while Asmongold accuses the platform of a left-wing bias and double standards.
Hey guys, it's me again.
Apparently he also had a cancer scare, which is not shocking. He is 57.
I'm 36 years old. I have had really no health problems ever in my entire life other than my teeth.
Asmongold's response to being banned for advocating for migrant children was to double down and then talk about other kinds of kids that should also be murdered. I'm not even joking. Are you confused because you missed my last video where, God forbid, you have a job? Basically, again, 60,000 sneakos ran into Spain from Morocco, and Asmongold was not having any of it.
And I think they should use guns to stop it. And I'm not sorry for saying that. And it doesn't matter what you try to use as, you know, emotional blackmail or something like that. Fundamentally, all of these different tools that these people use will never actually be applied in a universal way. These are the same people whose ideology leads them to thinking that 6-year-olds can transition to another gender.
Trans people just caught a stray.
You know, something that's like scary about Asmongold, especially if you look at his hair, is like if somebody pulled his hair, right? Like, would it not just fall out? Would it not just like, there's not much hanging on there. You know what I mean? These roots are not particularly strong, I would say.
6-year-olds can transition to another gender.
Trans people just caught a stray.
Some of my best friends are trans.
In order for you to invade a country or in order for you to do terrorist
They're
attacks.
so nasty to look at. It's insane. I mean, if that violates YouTube terms of service, I disagree with what you said, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think that you're a f***ing animal, and I'm not sorry for it, and I honestly think that most people agree with me. I think that almost everybody does. But unfortunately, we've had this inversion of morality where these truly evil, malignant, pernicious people have been allowed to use this fake moral authority that they have to dictate that we have to allow terrorism, violence, and complete societal collapse.
Listen, bro, you can have those beliefs. You like, you're bigoted and fucked, but also like, you don't have to say let's mow down kids, right? Like you can say no Muslim, I don't want no Muslim coming across my border. You can say that, okay, if you want, but kids, let's mow down the, come on, man.
And if we don't allow this, somehow we're the
why not cut it? Because I don't think he's got like the physique or look to be bald. Like, I think he's like, his head is very egg shaped. He would look like an egg. I think that's why.
ones that are evil.
Asmongold already got a girlfriend, so why is he the one cooking? Which is ideologically captured by left-wing terrorism supporters. That's
a crazy thing you just said, honey. I know it smells crazy down there. Why is that something you're thinking about with Asmongold? Why do I have... Jesus.
Whether it's Islamic terrorism, BLM, or Tesla bombings, these leftists will always enable and promote it. They do this because it works, and also because the government refuses to hold them accountable.
Never once have I ever heard about the human rights or the privileges or, you know, what's the right thing to do for all of the people in this city who are now having to be terrified in their homes, boarding their houses up. You have these migrants banging on their doors.
They were out within, like, what, 48 hours? How long did it take for them to get out? How long did it take Ceuta to empty out the migrants? Like, I don't know what else to say. It took 48 hours, bro. That's so funny. Like, Reuters is saying this shit. Let's see. More than 48,000 of them returned to Morocco within 48 hours. Now, 48,000 is not all of them, right? 50,000 people had crossed, 48,000 returned. So 2,000 get to stay. You know what? He might be right, okay? 2,000? How could you? Anyways, yeah. Mass rush that killed 67 people. That's unfortunate, though. Like anyone dying through that shit sucks. But yeah, like, nobody got shot. And it took 48 hours for everybody to go back. Pretty crazy stuff.
Smashing their windows, destroying their businesses.
Most of these sneakos can't even afford a shirt, and these people are landlords, is, you know, something Hasan would probably say. I don't know.
We're going to keep bringing in immigrants in this country on purpose, just so they can f your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're going to destroy the white race.
Hasan had such a, like, little boy fucking squeaker voice, didn't he? Listen to this.
Your sister, and then maybe even your daughter.
And then maybe even your daughter. He's such a squeaker. This is like less than 10 years ago. Like he had a second puberty.
We're going to destroy the white race. That's what we're here to do.
It's giving Ryan Gosling, or not Ryan Gosling. It's giving Ryan Reynolds playing that fucking character, Deadpool.
Is this like two truths and a lie? I know a leftist cuck will probably say he's joking, but like, what's the punchline? Asmongold is saving the white race by having a coalition with the Asian Empire. Hasan Piker says he wants to destroy the white race. And then Hasan says, I'm white, LMAO. Yeah, and I'm John C.
Wow. WestJet, conservative humor.
I'm white, LMAO. Yeah, and I'm John C.
Wow, so funny. This is so funny. Oh my god, guys, he's John Cena. Guys, he's John Cena. Yo, this is like 2016 top 10 respect moment. He's John Cena.
A white guy named...
You can't see him. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Hasan, sure, buddy. It reminds me of that super bad movie when he tried to make his name Muhammad.
Yeah, I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the f would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you pick a common name like a normal person?
Anyway, Asmongold replied to Hasan. Hasan
Oh my god, Tsar, so funny.
has said that Israeli settlers were valid military targets, and then explicitly said that there are baby settlers.
Okay. I don't believe he said that. I think that got cleared up today, actually. I think that got cleared up today.
Anyone could look for this clip and find...
I think he said that, like, IDF members were valid military targets. And then he referenced Ela, who was in the IDF. Right? He did say baby settlers. He has said that, but he didn't say you can kill baby settlers, right?
Find it. You're not mad,
Hasan is white, though. What the fuck is wrong with this person? Like, he's like racially ambiguous, right? Like, okay, what am I? Am I white? I will let chat decide. Am I white? Am I white? Am I part of the team? What am I? I would say, in the winter, I'm white. In the summer, I'm brown. But no, like, I'm like half Lebanese and then a bunch Irish and then Chinese and Ukrainian. So like, I'm pretty white, but I'm also pretty not white, you know? So like, if I were to say like I'm white, I wouldn't be wrong, but also like you're kind of leaving out a lot of things. I'm white passing. Yeah. Because I'm like largely white also, you know? And I think with Hasan, like, I don't know his ethnic makeup. He's Turkish, right? Turkey's like a very weird, diverse area. Like, you got like Asians, you got like Middle Easterns, you got like people from Europe. So like you got, yeah, spicy whites. So I feel like when Hasan goes like, I'm white, like if you squint, yeah, like that guy's a white guy. You know what I mean? You know, that guy's, you know, but his name is Hasan. He is from Turkey. Like there's also like, ethnically ambiguous.
Said to kids. You're just mad the kids I said to aren't Jews. Man, what even is Twitch in 2026? And this is all just the aftermath of Tyler wanted Greek stopping Variety.
Civilian casualties and anybody who's not a combatant.
Tyler wanting Greek stopping Variety. Like, that's a reference I'm just not going to be able to keep up with.
It's a tragedy. It's a horrible thing to have happen. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to have borders, and it doesn't mean that you
Exactly as ethnic as she needs you to be, huh?
can't make decisions to protect your own people, even if it comes at the expense of other people that are trying to do this in bad faith and use this. And by the way, the usage of people like this as human shields is a war crime in itself.
And that's the problem with leftists.
Bro, like, it's so crazy using these people as human shields. These are families coming together as units that are trying to come across the border. That's not a human shield situation. And again, I mean, you guys saw like the shots of people coming across the border. It was mostly young men. You know, I didn't see any families. I feel like the Ceuta situation is that's its unique situation. It's not exactly the same as what goes on at like the Mexican border or what goes on at, like, you know, I'm trying to think of other relative, like, you know, other borders that people talk about. Maybe the French border or like the UK, the boats. Like, I feel like all these situations have their own specific issues, you know? Like when people were having issues in Canada, it wasn't about illegal migration. It was just about lots and lots of legal migration happening all at a time while people could not afford homes and everything was getting expensive because of inflation.
They never take...
Anyways, my whole point is like to say, oh, they're using human shields. Like, okay, dude, like, where'd you get that term from?
Human nature into account. You know, some people are genuinely horrible and will use a child as a human shield.
WestChat, bro. What, like, source? Show me when this happens. People are not using kids as fucking human shields. They're coming across with their kids. Like, how is this like a concept that like a normal human being cannot understand? A family is going to want to have their kids with them when they go to a new country that is prosperous and gives them opportunity. That's shocking, actually.
I don't think that they really care about these kids. They don't give a shit about them. Like, these.
And that's because you think like little of them. You don't think that they're the same as you. You don't think that they care about their kids, that they care about their families, right? You think that these are like dangerous mongrel people. And so you assume the worst of these people. Do better.
Are the people they'll bring kids to an ICE protest.
An adult is a better shield anyway. True. More volume, more real estate. This has to do with how separated people like him are from violence and famine. They really have no clue what it is up close and personal. 100%. 100%. And they also don't know what kind of people these people are. You know, they don't know the situations they're going through, that they're fleeing from, and they don't know what kind of people they are. They don't know the values that they have. They just assume that they're fucking like dangerous, dirty Muslim. And that's like a fucking super racist, you know, belief. And like, obviously we were specifying on Muslims, but like basically anyone like fleeing a, like, you know, terrible situation, you know, ultimately they are seeking prosperity. Now you can have your situation where you're like, okay, I'd prefer if they came in legally, or I prefer this, or I prefer that. You listen, bro, broken record. Don't say these fucking kids. Okay, we gotta mow them down. Like, probably avoid that.
That, like, why would you bring a kid to a protest where there's rioting and there's flashbang grenades and tear gas being sent off?
I'm still shocked. Asmon's dad used to be a Hasanabi head. Link that in the Discord. What? Bro sees Warhammer as a Bible.
And the truth is, and there is a reason for it. The reason why they do that is because they want to use these kids and the harm that these kids will inevitably go through because of collateral damage, and they want to use this as a political tool so they can advance their agenda.
Am I like schizophrenic, or is everything he said there just straight up facts? Like, full stop. If you bring your child to a protest, you are a piece of shit.
But when you're advocating for...
When you bring your child to a protest, you're a piece of shit. I would say it's not the safest place to bring your kid. But it also depends on what you're protesting. And also, protest doesn't really have much to do with this whole scenario, right? We're not talking about a protest. We're talking about, I mean, like, you could argue that the Ceuta thing was a form of protest, but we're mostly talking about people coming across borders seeking new lives. But, yeah, sure. Okay, let's make this about protests.
Am I like schizophrenic, or is everything he said there just straight up facts? Like, full stop. If you bring your child to a protest, you are a piece of shit.
But when you're advocating for people, the dialogue has broken down. It's gone.
Is what he's saying crazy?
Like, there is no dialogue. That's where, you know, even though I didn't like him, that's when people like Charlie Kirk start getting shot. All right? Because the dialogue has broken down.
And I don't want to use a bunch of euphemisms and other types of vague.
They meant bringing kids to an ICE protest? Okay, yeah, that's an interesting one. You probably shouldn't if you, like, are hyper-focused on the safety of your kids. Probably to be avoided. I wouldn't be able to morally justify that one. Maybe that's like an experience you want your kids to have, but objectively it's less safe than leaving them at home.
And pacified language to discuss this in a way that is not authentic to its true harm and its true existence, which is what I think that's what it is. And I think that there are definitely criticisms people have of me that are valid.
You also couldn't morally justify a kid getting killed at an ICE protest. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Of course.
Where, like, I probably do dial it up a little bit too much, and maybe I could use different rhetoric, etc. But I want to let you know that I apologize for nothing. I meant exactly what I said, and I think that these borders should be defended with lethal force whenever it's being invaded.
Whoa, hold on. After taking a look, we can confirm that your content does not violate our community guidelines. Thank you for your patience while we reviewed your appeal. We removed the age restriction on your content. Oh my god, man. No, you fucking didn't, though. You removed it on the VOD, but, like, my fucking stream is still cooked. Yeah, no, they didn't do shit. They reviewed the VOD, but they didn't fix the stream. I'm still cooked. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys. I should have explained that better. Is that why you're so low effort, or is it normal for you? Fuck you, Hellbent. You fuck you. How dare you? And no, I'm not low effort, okay? I'm a little eepy. I took a nap and woke up, okay?
By 40 to 60,000.
Catch this when you clip Queeman's talking points into an 8+ vid. Heart emoji, heart emoji. Did Queeman watch this? As the WestJet video? I mean, in fairness, we do talk about the same stuff. What are you gonna do?
People at the same time.
I refuse to believe this isn't a bipartisan issue, though, because I think everyone can agree.
8+ minute video. I feel like I'm usually in like the 15-minute plus category nowadays. I'm upping my view duration. Get owned. Just hit me with the GSN, okay?
The borders are real, and, you know, excessive.
But you have to spell it out. You're age restricted. Yes, I'm cooked. It's over. It's over. The stream is making no money. I'm doing it for the love of the game, okay? Don't let anyone ever doubt me, okay? I'm doing this for the love of the game.
Migration would be bad. What? Even in The Walking Dead, bad thing.
Hellbent is being evil as a learned behavior. Too many lashings got her acting out. Abused dog style. This is true. This is true. Malcolms, that's a fucked up thing to say about Queeman. That's very mean. You're doing good work. Anti-snark. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I need to have my ego, you know, boosted a bit. I appreciate you guys.
Happen when you let the unvetted chud through your border. But anyway, this is Twitch we're talking about. That Asmongold got a 2-week ban, which, you know, nobody is shocked other than Kaya.
That many people want to simply appear smart. And one of the easiest way to try and appear smart when you're a stupid person
is to put on a suit and start LARPing.
Is to say horseshoe theory, two sides of the same coin.
Put on a suit and start LARPing? Like, LARPing is what? A streamer? I feel like he's a streamer. I don't think anything changed when he put on the suit. I feel like he just started wearing suits, you know? But I feel like it was the same Hasan guy. Did anything really change? Maybe he became slightly less inflammatory? I wouldn't even say that. I feel like Hasan's kind of not changed at all outside of the suit. He just... Now when he gets clipped, he looks like a guy wearing a suit, which probably looks better on Fox News.
I'm actually a moderate. I'm actually right at the center of these two different dangerous forms of commentary.
Brilliant. If you're not...
Bro just got hotter? That's gay. That's gay.
A radical, you're stupid. You heard it here first. And then, what the? Even Elon Musk got involved with the Twitch drama. Why does Twitch have this double standard? He means what he says. He even replied to Asmongold's Frogan. One of the...
I think the craziest thing about what Elon said is that Dan Saltman reposted it. What the fuck do you mean you're reposting that? Time for me to read my tweets. That's the classic thing I do, okay? Kind of funny hearing Destiny and Dan conflate anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, talk about foreign actor Elon Musk buying Twitter and altering the outcome of the 2024 election, and less than 2 years later, repost the guy who chucked up a Roman at the inauguration celebration because Hasan bad? This is a real thing. Fucking Dan Saltman actually reposted this shit. What do you say about that? You know, say what you will about Dan Saltman. I wouldn't have expected him to be like, Elon Musk, the guy who you guys, I would imagine, fucking hate. You know what I mean? You guys talk about how he is a foreign actor that came in, altered the 2024 election by buying the biggest platform where people are talking about politics. Now we're reposting him because Hasan bad. Kind of feels like a double standard. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I just expected like slightly better. Like, I thought Dan Saltman was a big anti-Semitism guy. What are we? We're supporting this guy now? We're reposting this guy? Okay. All right. I would have expected Dan to come to Aiden's Gen chat to fight with shitters, and yet, did he actually do that? Did he actually come to? I didn't. Hold on. Let me go to his what's his Twitter name? Oh yeah, he does. Oh my god, no way. Let's see. Oh yeah, he has posted in this. That's kind of crazy. Unk posting. He's posting videos of him. Hold on. What the fuck is this? Some guy named Voodoo Cigarette posted this. This is like, I don't know, because like what would you say? Like, it's not Wigger. Wait, maybe I'm not allowed to say that at all. Fuck, dude, that was probably not the move. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. I disavow that language. I don't know what I'm thinking. That was just not smart. That was just dumb. We're trying to get monetized, okay?
known richest people on the planet, and he's unemployed.
I was gonna say, like, he's yeah, Jugro. That's kind of what's going on here. Like, that's a funny, like, it's a funny ass. He's got like the dreads and shit.
How?
And I like how people are trying to say that no. What he said is that enforcing border control is actually what he was going for, and that children should be used as human shields. If that happens, they should get so we can prove to them that that shouldn't happen. I don't even know what to say. Like, this dude has had such insane takes over the past year, and it all comes down to one thing. Asmongold has genuinely just lost his mind. Like, he is actually a fucking maniac.
Shout out Miskiff, you know? Real recognizing real. Miskiff calling somebody else a maniac. That's how you know it's real. Could have used the A. Yeah, but I wasn't saying the word. You know what I mean? If I'm saying the word, I'll use the A. But if I'm using a different word, you know, like if I'm using the Sam Hyde Twitter username. Can I find it? Where is it? Anyways, at WIGGER. Like, that's his thing. Man, Sam Hyde's got good taste when it comes to optics and like visual stuff. Man, he's such a dumbass. Like, it's so unfortunate. So unfortunate.
This dude is so zogged. His first thought on decentivizing child trafficking is to kill the kids being trafficked. He didn't even consider killing the traffickers. Yeah, dude, I'm sure likening border control to child murder is really going to get the moderates back to your politics.
And in my opinion, if you don't capitulate to this emotional blackmail, you also don't allow these people to target and victimize these children by using them as baggage and effectively shock troopers in
someone who wigs. He always has talented editors and artists working for him, Sam. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you, but also objectively, like, he is a guy that has taste when it comes to like visual direction.
in order to accomplish
Like I find it hard to believe somebody else is picking those anamorphic lenses. I think that that's just some shit that he's into.
a goal. So, for example, if these kids were being charged as adults, the entire tool that these people were using, these gangs were using of having children commit crimes on their behalf.
Sleepy, we need you to snark Ela Klein's Hasbara paintings. Are you in my Discord server? You can send me that shit if you want. I'd be down to snark it.
This tool would effectively be rendered ineffective.
I mean, yeah, that's obvious. Cartels and gangs do use children. That's not a mystery.
But we don't want to do that because it makes people sad to put kids in jail. But from my perspective, the way that I see it is that it makes me sad to see kids that were abused, that are trafficked, and that are put into these situations.
He's describing Tectone. He's describing Tectone.
Because the people that are truly and profoundly evil, the people that know this, know that they can use these children because they can co-opt and use your morality against you so they can push their own evil designs.
Like, am I cooked? He's basically saying desperate times call for desperate measures.
The moment you illegally trespass and cross someone's border illegally, you are a criminal.
You see, okay, this is another thing. I've already talked about this. I hate the moral loading of if you cross the border, you are a criminal. Like, there are illegal things that people do that do not make them criminals. Now, again, obviously, in this case, crossing the border does make you a criminal. That probably shouldn't be the case. I think most of us can come to the agreement. It probably shouldn't be the case that simply crossing a border makes you a criminal. I think it should be like you violated something. Like you got a parking ticket, like you got, I don't know, you jaywalked, maybe you shoplifted. That's, to me, what I would say, coming across the border really is, frankly. Wooden cat, why would you set yourself up like that? Wooden cat, bro, you can't. Bro, don't say that. Don't say that. It's funny because Wooden Cat's Israeli, and he's saying that he likes the Ela Klein art. We're supposed to snark it, okay? Wooden, no. Oh my god.
There's not a chance they are criminals. They are criminals immediately by nature.
I, however, am not a criminal. Paimon may be 11, but she's fiction. Not even the state of Texas can prevent me.
Shout out WestJet, man. I'll tell you what, he does consistently like troll Tectone. But like the flip side is he also supports him and puts all these comments and he's like, W Tectone, shouting him out on Twitter and shit. It's like, all right, man, like we know what this guy did. We know who he is, Yuck. Like, enough.
From loving my anime girls.
While this might be a bit of an extreme execution, literally, I do see where Asmongold's coming from. At least his logic seems sound. Subscribe if you're dumb and you still think...
At least his logic seems sound. WestJet, you need to... I don't know, man. You need God, bro, if you think that anything that Asmongold says is sound logically. Now his ex is dating Drake, who is buying her mom a house. Listen, there's no dating there, okay? Let's just be honest. Let's be honest with what happened, honey, okay? Drake fucked that chick. It's over. It's awesome. Good for her. She had a good time. He had a good time. Out of it, she gets, a bunch of people to subscribe to her links in bio, and her mom got a house. I think it's a good situation for everybody, okay? And there was a bit of, what do you want to say? Clip farming.
A pretty chill dude. I never actually personally met him, but I know he was like in here quite a bit, as a matter of fact. And check his last message in the chat. What did he say? Happy birthday, Hasan. Aw. Oh my god, he was a sound dandy as well.
That's kind of sweet. Isn't that kind of sweet? Asmongold's dad was a Hasan head. And he's that's like happy, that's wholesome Chungus.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet.